Real quick, y'all, I'm coming out with the aggressive E4 repertoire course coming out soon. This is for those of you that play the move of E4 and you want to have a fun response against the French, against the Caro-Kann, Sicilian, Nimzowitsch, Alekhines, you name it. The list goes on and on. If you're interested in that, the course isn't out yet, but right now we're doing pre-orders. If you pre-order it, you're going to get a very nice discount. That discount code is Early Bird. So go down to the description below, go down to the pinned comment, and plug in the discount code Early Bird by February 10th to get that discount. All right, as white, E4. Okay, see the Caro-Kann. In the aggressive E4 course, I'm recommending knight C3 and then this move of bishop to C4. The Vonn Hennig Gambit, which is a lot of fun. Kind of mixes in some Blackmar-Diemer Gambit ideas because we have D4 and E4, they take. We have F3. We look to take back. And, yeah, just put pressure on the enemy side. There's some traps, too, that they could fall into. The biggest one being bishop to G4. People fall for that all the time. Because in the Caro-Kann, you usually, I mean, you want to pin the knight, right? But not against this. Not against the Vonn Hennig. We got castling. H6, okay. We'll go with 95. Okay, putting pressure on F7. This is such a vital square in this gambit. The rook's putting pressure on F5. We got a bishop looking down at F7 as well. A lot of stuff that can happen here. Okay, so knight F6. So here, I mean, I think we're just winning, guys. Move 8, I think we're winning the game. I could go with here and then rook takes, or I could just take with the rook. I think I'm just going to take with the rook, with the idea of knight takes, F7. And then when I take the rook, then the knight can get out as well, which is nice. And even if the pawn wasn't on H6, the knight still has F7 because the bishop supports it. So yeah, very dangerous gambit, guys. Yep, the discount code for that, good until February 10th. For the pre-orders is Early Bird. Early Bird, you will get a very nice discount on that E4 repertoire course. Okay, Queen C7, we can take that guy. And we're up 3 points. I mean, what are we up right now? We're up, yeah, we're just up a knight. Or no, sorry, excuse me. We're up a bishop. The king can still castle. We can get rid of that prospect if we want to. Next move. Don't know if it's necessary, but I mean, it's not the worst idea ever, especially if black's going to castle queenside. Yeah. A lot of possibilities here. H5 is weak, F7 is weak, G6 is weak. And guys, the Vonn Hennig Gambit, okay, again, it's against the Caro-Kann. We're playing D4 and knight C3. So far, everything's normal. We're just doing our thing. You know what I mean? They take, most players take, which leads us into a Tartakower. But instead of that, we're playing bishop to C4. If we see bishop F5 or knight F6, we have the move of F3 available. And honestly, guys, even this move of G4 against bishop F5 is a ton of fun. I cover that in the course. Okay, the move of G4 here, kicking the bishop, and then going for knight E2, knight F4. That's another very fun possibility. We went with a more standard route this game, but yeah, okay. Bishop D6. I could check. That is under pressure, under fire, should I say. So maybe we just play pawn up. I don't want to play G3 and let sacks happen. If black checks, king h1, we're fine. Okay, knight d7. To check or not to check? The age-old question. Kind of want to check. I'm not going to lie. Okay. King back. We can go maybe bishop e6. Yeah. If rook comes over to e8, the game's over. Knight goes back, game over. So they can't clog up e8, as that's the king's only escape square. We could see g5. Although I still take and check and take. So that's not a concern, really. Okay, so the king comes up to e7. Okay, let's... Okay, I got a couple options here. I could either leave the knight or... Yeah, I might as well take the knight there. The Wanderer, what's up? All right, king takes queen f3. Right now, I'm just streaming on YouTube. I haven't started on Twitch yet. I'm planning to in the near future, but I've just been getting rolling here on YouTube to start. King d7, knight out. But I do plan on Twitch soon, as well as TikTok. Hopefully in the next week. Just multi-streaming, honestly. But, yeah. Okay, so we're looking at both of those. Bishop in. Check. Okay, king e6, we have... I could give a pawn back. That's not the end of the world. I mean, give a pawn back. We're still up a piece for a pawn in the endgame. Of course, they do have a very active king there. Interesting. I could drop the knight somewhere, like f3, for example. Let's do that. Let's just drop the knight. Stay a full piece up. Cover h2. I'm thinking queen d3. And then swing this rook in. A lot of light square weaknesses for black. They gave up their light square bishop, so... Well, kind of. I mean, the Hennig Gambit allowed us to sack for it, so... And then get our material right back. All right, rook e8. Okay. So now the name of the game is trade. We're up a piece. We're up time. I am winning this position. Will I win? I don't know. But I am winning this position. Unless there's some mate in one I don't see right now. Like the rook jumping over the king or something. But, yep, just got to play solid. Look for trades. Go from there. I think a bishop d2. I guess I could go b3 as well. But I don't know if that's necessary, really. I can just bring the bishop in. Maybe rook f1. That could be good. I don't think they're going to run their king to d7. Maybe. But f7 and g8 seems more safe in a sense. If f7, I could check the king, but why? Either one of those taking is a possibility. Either one of those is a possibility for us. I mean, burning a lot of clock here too. I mean, my dark squares are weak, sure. My knight does cover it. Back rank mating could happen, but once the bishop moves, we're fine. Okay, queen d6. I think we can move out, right? Queen, bishop out. Okay, yeah, we'll go bishop out. Maybe we go bishop e1. Maybe. Probably not my first resort. d5 check, and then when they take back, knight d4 is also something that could happen. Okay, king f7. Do I take? Take? I think I'm okay there. Okay. King back. Okay, we'll hide the queen again. c4 is a possibility here. Knight h5. I think that allows knight e4 with a trade. Which is great for me. I gotta get rid of as many pieces as I can as soon as I can. Okay, queen back. Yeah, that doesn't do anything. Okay, so takes. The queen does fly in, which is a little scary. A little bit. Queen flies in. 95 maybe. Okay, offering a trade. Yeah, I'm trying to offer trades here because that means black has to accept the trade, good for me, or black has to run away from the trades and making their pieces less active, right? Yeah. G6 is also something we're eyeing up. Okay. Yeah, and by the way, guys, for the Vonn Hennig Gambit in the course I cover this move G4, okay? So G4 is a lot of fun. You get knight E2 stuff. For example, let's say E6. Well, let's go, I mean, yeah, E6 is fine. So E6, we threaten to trap the bishop. If H5, for example, knight F4. Right, and things here for black can get very ugly very fast. I wanted to finish this video out by giving a special thanks to Walter, Rob, Roger, Ray, and Jerry, and the rest of my Patreon community. Thank you guys for making this video possible. If you're interested in joining the Patreon family, hey, I'd love to see you over there. There's some exclusive benefits that you gain by becoming a member. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you over there. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Peace.